Hello everyone, welcome. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to another lesson of French. This is lesson 145. So in our last few lessons, we've been working with regular IR verbs in the present tense. In this lesson, we are going to look at the verb finir. Finir is a regular IR verb in the present tense, a very important regular IR verb. So let's get right to the lesson. Remember, the first thing that you need to do to conjugate a regular IR verb in the present tense is to remove the IR from the infinitive, and you find the root that way. So we have our root. I know this word looks like the word fin, which means end, but it's also the root of the verb finir. So the next thing is, all you have to do is add the endings, which you've memorized already, to the root to get your different forms. So let's dive into the conjugation, the practice here. So if my subject pronoun is je, we always start with the root, and all you have to do is add the ending. Do you remember the je ending in the present tense? Well, it's is. So if I want to say I finish, I would say in French, je finis, je finis. I finish, I do finish, I am finishing. Tu. We start with our root. The ending is the same. Tu finis. You finish. He finishes. We start with our root. And the ending is I. Fini. Fini. He finishes. Il finit. She finishes. Same root and same ending. Elle finit. And also, on finit. One finishes. One does finish, people finish, they finish, or also we finish. On finit, on finit. Nous. Start with our root. Do you remember the ending for nous? The ending is ils sont, I-S-S-O-N-S. Nous finissons, nous finissons. You, vous. We have our root and we add the ending. Remember the ending for vous is issez, I-S-S-E-Z. Vous finissez, vous finissez. And then il and elle, of course we always start with our root and then we add our ending, which is is, I-S-S-E-N-T. Ils finissent, they finish, elles finissent. So we have je finis, tu finis, il finit, elle finit, on finit, nous finissons, vous finissez, ils finissent, elles finissent. And there we have it in the present tense. Remember that a verb in the present tense can mean more than one thing. So je finis can mean I finish, I do finish, or I am finishing. And again, the meaning that you get just depends on the context of your conversation. For example, I do finish. When do we say I do finish in English? This is in English the emphatic do. So if somebody makes a statement like you never finish your meal. Every time I see you eating, you never finish your meal. You might counter that by saying, no, on the contrary, I do finish my meals. It's what we call the emphatic do. So you can also get that same emphatic do just from the present tense form in French. No, je finis, I do finish. Again, it's just the context of the conversation. If you're doing it right now, it would mean je finis means I am finishing. So keep that in mind, very important about the present tense. The present tense is very useful and versatile this way in French. So let's practice with some complete thoughts here. So we have some vocabulary, le travail, which is the work. Les devoirs, if you're a student, you know les devoirs, right? Your homework. The lesson, la leçon, and le repas, the meal, le repas. So these are nouns that we commonly use with the verb finish. I finished the work, I finished the homework, I finished the lesson, I finished the meal. So let's do some speaking practice here. I finished the work. Je finis le travail. Je finis le travail. Je finis le travail. I finished the homework. Je finis les devoirs. Je finis les devoirs. Je finis les devoirs. I finished the lesson. Je finis la leçon. Je finis la leçon. Je finis la leçon. I finish the meal. Je finis le repas. Je finis le repas. You finish. Tu finis. You finish the work. Tu finis le travail. You finish the homework. Tu finis les devoirs. Tu finis les devoirs. Tu finis les devoirs. You finish the lesson. Tu finis la leçon. Tu finis la leçon. You finish the meal. Tu finis le repas. Tu finis le repas. Tu finis le repas. He finishes. Il finit. Il finit. He finishes the work. Il finit le travail. Il finit le travail. He finishes the homework. Il finit les devoirs. He finishes the lesson. Il finit la leçon. He finishes the meal. Il finit le repas. Il finit le repas. She finishes. Elle finit. Elle finit. She finishes the work. Elle finit le travail. Elle finit le travail. She finishes the homework. Elle finit les devoirs. She finishes the lesson. Elle finit la leçon. She finishes the meal. Elle finit le repas. We finish. Nous finissons. Nous finissons. We finish the work. Nous finissons le travail. We finish the homework. Nous finissons les devoirs. We finish the lesson. Nous finissons la leçon. We finish the meal. Nous finissons le repas. You finish. Vous finissez. You finish the work. Vous finissez le travail. You finish the homework. Vous finissez les devoirs. You finish the lesson. Vous finissez la leçon. You finish the meal. Vous finissez le repas. They finish. Ils finissent. Elles finissent. They finish the work. Ils finissent le travail. Elles finissent le travail. They finish the homework. Ils finissent les devoirs. Elles finissent les devoirs. They finish the lesson. Ils finissent la leçon. Elles finissent la leçon. They finish the meal. Ils finissent le repas. Elles finissent le repas. That's it for this lesson. Thanks so much for watching. Again, if you found it helpful, I would appreciate it very, very much if you'd give it a like. To continue learning and go on to another lesson, click on the video that appears here on your screen. See you soon. À bientôt.